So we are in a sketchy ass elevator right now, but we're in Rome. Yay! It is technically day one of our 10-day trip. We're doing Rome and Florence. We got here yesterday, but we couldn't vlog because
we weren't humans.
We left the house at 4:30 in the morning and we didn't get here until like 5:30 in the afternoon, and we just ate some pasta as you do and then went to sleep. So now we are off for an exciting adventure in Rome. I have the theme song from the Lizzie McGuire movie in my head, and I've had it in my head since we got off the plane. Ridiculous. But I don't think that we're gonna have as much of an adventure as Lizzie McGuire. Maybe, who knows?
You never know.
You never know when in Rome, literally. So we're gonna try and get the right metro right now. You know us, may happen, may not, who knows. And let's go see some Rome. So look, it's the Colosseum. So we wanted to go down into the underground part of the Colosseum, which isn't part of like the basic tour package, but we just wanted to. And the guy who was selling the tickets was like, oh, we don't have a tour for you today, but I'll find you someone who does. And then in passing, he was just like, it's a shame you can't go on the underground tour because it's too expensive for you.
But that's what we had asked for.
Yeah, we'd asked him for that. But he just looked at us and he was like, these girls are so broke, they can't afford this tour. And we were like, that's the tour we want, take our money. So we got on the tour that we wanted. It's gonna be in about half an hour, so we've just been kind of wandering around. It's so busy, as you would imagine, outside the Colosseum, and so stinking hot. Like, it's sticky. We're in the Colosseum right now. We just finished our tour, which was the best money I've ever spent, which is what I say about all things I spend money on.
It was actually the best tour we've ever done.
It was. We've done a lot of tours in a lot of places. This was the best because, like I said, we paid extra to go to see like the underground, but then we also, our tour guide had the magic key to take us right up to like the very top of the Colosseum where nobody else was, just us.
Our group.
It was really good and we learned so much. Did you know gladiators did not fight to the death? I didn't know that, and now I do. I feel like I've learned a lot. Let's go get something to eat. Tonight we are having dinner with a view. So we just got back to our hotel room. Day one of Rome is over and it was amazing, albeit exhausting. We obviously did that whole Colosseum tour. That was amazing and I highly recommend, if you're gonna go see the Colosseum, like go see the Colosseum. Like go see the underground bit, go see the bit at the top with for the VIP people. Yes, it was more expensive, but it was 100% worth it. And then after that we went, where did I go? Palatine Hill. Look, okay, all I'm gonna say about that is it was really good and it was really interesting. We did the Palatine Hill first, which according to the legends is where Rome was founded by Romulus, as in Romulus and Remus. So that was really interesting. Then we went down into the Forum, which was kind of the first street of Rome. Is that right?
That's what they said. They said in the world.
The first street in the world?
Isn't that what she said?
we're vague on the details, and here is why. Because by that point, we had been walking around. I think we got there at 2. We had been walking since 9 a.m. It was so hot today. I think at the peak when we were doing this tour, it was like 36 degrees. We were thirsty, we were tired, we needed to sit down, we needed some shade, and so we did enjoy it. But I think like
the details are hazy.
The details are hazy because we took in some, but not all of the information, just because we were just slowly cooking to death. So that was really interesting. After that, we went out, we had our dinner overlooking the Colosseum, and so I think it's been a really great start to Rome.
Also, this hotel is a struggle. There's no hot water and the sink is clogged. A budget hotel.
It is budget. Like the walls are paper thin, and right outside this door, like you can probably hear me having this rant actually, is the reception desk. We can hear his conversations, he can hear ours.
3 in the morning.
Yeah, it's loud. But you know, can't complain for the price. So we are all walked out. We're pretty exhausted, all full of carbs, and now ready to sleep. So we will see you tomorrow. So today we're in Vatican City, which is actually a lot more hassle than you might think to get in, because the lines are extensive. So we ended up getting a tour, which we were not planning on doing, just because we didn't want to stand in the line. So we ended up paying like 52 euros each to jump the queue. We're ridiculous. Yeah, we are. My feet are so dirty. Rome is hard, you guys. It's hard work. I feel like I've walked to the other side of the earth and back today. It's just been go, go, go. So we got up at the crack of dawn, we went to the Vatican. That tour was actually really good because we did get to skip the queues, and it was helpful to learn a little bit more about what we were seeing. So we went into the museum, then we went to the Sistine Chapel, which I couldn't take my camera in there, it was strictly not allowed, but it was amazing. Like, I'm not an art lover, and I don't want that to sound ignorant because I know that it has a lot of cultural and creative value, but it's just not my jam. But that whole giant painting on the ceiling and then at the back that Michelangelo did was amazing. It looked like it was coming out of the ceiling. Like, it was really impressive technical work. Obviously I'm not an artist, I don't know, but I really enjoyed it. And we learned that he wasn't even a painter, and he didn't want to paint it. He was like, that's not my job, I'm not a painter, but he did it anyway, and it was super good. And then we went to St. Peter's Basilica, which was really nice and big, and then we climbed up the dome right to the top, which was an ordeal. Like, it was not too bad. We got the lift halfway up because we were lazy like that, but going through, it's super duper narrow, and also because it's a dome, the walls kind of lean to one side. You kind of feel like you're in Alice in Wonderland. It's very obscure. So then after that, we went to the Pantheon. We saw the Spanish Steps, but we're gonna go back there again this evening when it's a little bit quieter. I know that doesn't sound like a lot because realistically we just went to the Vatican and the Pantheon, but it was a lot. Like, we walked miles. My feet are done. My back is done. I think I'm done. Right now we are on our way to the Trevi Fountain towards this huge mass of people. We had this genius idea that if we came in the evening it would be quiet.
It worked yesterday with the Colosseum.
It did. Colosseum was dead last night. It was just us. Not so much with the Trevi Fountain by the looks of it. But Abida has enlightened me to the coin flipping rules of the fountain.
I was here a few years ago, and I don't know if this is true or not, but our tour guide told us that depending on how many coins you put in, it means different things.
So
Which
one is
that you'll come back to Rome.
2 is you will find a romance in Rome. 3 is that
Something to do with marriage, like you'll get marriage or something like that. Again, this is something the tour guide said. Don't know if this is true.
So let's go flip some
But we're
coins.
gonna do it.
Trevi Fountain's a lot. Hard work.
Got photos.
We did. We came for Instagram pictures and we're leaving with Instagram pictures.
And we threw coins.
We did. But seriously, like, you see people's Instagram pictures of the Trevi Fountain and you think, what a tranquil place to sit and ponder. No, it's insane. You have to like queue. There is no real queuing system, which always makes me nervous as a British person. And then it's like you gotta claim your space. Abida was like, claim your space.
She did claim her space.
It was really hard work.
But now we're gonna go to Spanish Steps, which is also insane.
Cool. Spanish Steps. Looking pretty crowded. Everyone on the planet is on these steps, except for all the people who are still at the Trevi Fountain, obviously. But we did it. We got some pictures.
And now we're gonna explore these. Where are we? Spanish Steps.
Some steps. We're climbing them.
It's been a long day. We walked 50,000 steps in 2 days. It's too much. My feet hurt.
Everything hurts. Okay, let's learn about these steps. Yay. This is freaky. That is us. Hey, us.
I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I am.
So I realized that yesterday I didn't actually do any like face-to-face or face-to-camera vlogging. Today I'm gonna make up for it. Today we are going to Naples and Pompeii. Today it is 6:35 in the morning and I don't feel like a human. So that promise doesn't kick in right now. The energetic vlogging, fun to watch stuff. Maybe give me an hour and I'll be there. So we're in Naples now. We finished Pompeii, we did that, we had lunch. I am gonna talk about that when we get back a little bit later, but I haven't had a chance to just because as soon as I got back on the bus after Pompeii, I fell asleep. So now we're in Naples and we're doing the open top bus tour, which is interesting because the seats are so hot that no one can sit. So everyone's perched, but not really sitting down because the seats are so hot. So this is going to be an interesting way to kind of like see a little bit of Naples. Our audio tour has Italian music, which you guys can't hear. I wish you could because it's very relaxing. Insert random Italian music similar to this here. You look like you're struggling with that. That's not what I thought it would be. It's lemon. So we are back in our little hotel room after a long day of exploring. By the way, do not mind my puffy, red, gross looking eyes. I have a bit of an eye infection going on, but I'm taking care of it. So let's talk about today, because today was a great day. We did that whole day-long tour of Pompeii and then Naples, and and it was amazing. Obviously, I didn't talk about Pompeii earlier on, just because when you're on a day-long guided tour like that, it is quite hard to like get some time away by yourself because it's very structured. So let's talk about it now. It was fantastic. Like, we went into the city of Pompeii and the ruins, which if you don't know the story, then Pompeii is this ancient city where it's been preserved because in 79 AD there was a volcanic eruption, and then the ash cloud that came over the city just preserved everything pretty much perfectly. The whole city pretty much is still there. Like, you can walk through the streets, you can see the shops, the houses are still there, the mosaics are there, the brothels are still there. And let's take a second to talk about that, because in the brothels they had stone beds because the clients kept breaking the cast iron beds, which, can we take a moment for that? They were too vigorous. I thought that was hilarious. But like, overall, it was such an advanced civilization, and to see that they had like pipes and plumbing and all of that kind of thing.
There was a house from 2 AD. How old is that?
No, 2nd century AD.
Oh, never mind.
Which is slightly more impressive. Also, they had like the casts of the bodies of people who got buried by the ash cloud, and the bodies were so well preserved that they could make casts of them. Like, it was super interesting. We went with the company City Sightseeing, and I'm gonna link it down below. If you guys are in Rome, I highly recommend this tour. It is pricey, like I said, but 100% worth it, because you do Pompeii, then you go for lunch. Lunch was amazing. How good was lunch?
Best meal I've had in a long time, and we've been in Italy for like 4 days.
We obviously went into Naples. We got the bus tour, like rode around. Naples, by the way, beautiful.
Yeah, and we got
stunning.
a full history of the city, which I wasn't expecting.
Yeah. We got to taste limoncello. It was a whole day.
The world's best orange juice. It was so fresh.
It was amazing. So it was expensive. I know 120 euros is a lot for a tour, but it was worth it. And it's very rare that I come away from spending that much money on a tour and feel like I got every penny's worth, because it was really good. But it was a really good day, and it was actually our last day in Rome, even though we weren't technically in Rome, because tomorrow we are heading off to Florence. So make sure you guys check back next week for my Florence vlog. But for now, thanks for watching, and ciao. Bye. Bye.